song in the salon because it's funny.
Buck, you're going back to jail.
Buck, you are going back to jail.
But baby, don't know what it's like.
It's hard to share a cell when you've got nothing to look at except prisoners who smell. But when you're done, when you have served your time, you'll still be young and in our prime.
Ain't been free more than a minute. Ain't had time to change my shirt. I've been dreaming of a hot meal with you as my dessert. Bring your face close to mine and just let me inhale.
Buck, you are going back to jail.
It was great, and there was a part of me that wanted a little more humor.
I've got another 84 verses. We used to reprise that in the second act.
Somber after that. Can I just make one other comment? This is fabulous. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to say that what I thought was wonderful about the show was that it was, in my mind, something that brought me into the show, rather than just watching something that was flat on the stage. I really felt
We'll repeat if there's a question. He was just, I hate to say it because he was being very complimentary. He said he liked that it involved him in the show.
Yeah, what I wanted to say was, the one point where it seemed to slow down for me was in the second act, where the mother's singing. And that's where I sort of got diverted for a moment.
Yep.
And then I got back into it again.
He thought the slow point was the mother's song in Act 2. And you know what? We find people are divided. It's almost 50-50.
But you shouldn't leave the mother's song out. Maybe it's very short, but it needs to be in there. Her
But it
voice
was
needs to be
touching when she went down on her knees.
Yeah.
Very touching.
Never learned bad ways from us because was all she got. She was raised in a happy home. Love was served up every day. When did the devil take my girl away?
Yes.
Well, there's the scene and then there's the song.
Yeah.
So maybe the scene would do the same thing as the song. This is helpful. We're hearing the same thing. You know what? People are talking about the same places in the show, and that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Any other? Eva, you got one, darling?
I would like something added. I think the moment at the beginning of the kids saying what they want, I would like to see that finished at the end, in some way repeated what they wanted, because actually in a way they got what they wanted.
They sure did. They became very famous, didn't they?
I mean,
Do you mean to bring the kids back? Bring the kids back or hear the adults say
I
it?
would like to bring the kids. I would like to.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure out how to do that.
We've had different versions where we had the little boy in there. We just haven't been able to sort of crack it, but.
In one, which I thought was going to be brilliant and didn't seem to work at all, we had the kids at the end revealed in the car. Well, sure. It sounded good to me.
It was only in rehearsal. When it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're exhausted and you come up with this idea.
A couple bottles of Sauvignon Blanc, I thought it was a great idea.
Yes, they were tired. No, but you tap into Eva's notion of where the kids it taps into something triumphantly wonderful about the production, is that they've captured American iconography, the dreamscape of what all kids grow up and want to be movie stars, and how influential movies were. It's difficult to describe how they occupied the American imagination at the time when Bonnie and Clyde were kids. And they've done so many brilliant things through the show. I don't know if you noticed in Made in America, the opening of the second act, do you remember the little scene where Bonnie and Clyde come running downstage before they commit their first joint crime? Do you remember how she finds the courage to go and do it, to actually go and rob the bank? What does she talk about? She remembers Clara Bow in a movie coming to the decision to disguise herself and do it, huh? And how a casual, effortless little moment, but actually very profound. A very profound insight into how we actually think and make the decisions we do.
I also love when the mother reaches for her and she goes, that's
When a mother's words aren't listened to, I don't care how much she pleads.
See, I love that too, and we'd have to lose that if we got rid of the song.
No, I actually thought of a place in the scene.
Over here.
But Eva,
I watched it today and I thought there's no way you could. Is that not the most beautiful piece of staging? In the rehearsal room, I lost my breath in that second where she walked right through her, and I thought, we may lose the number, but we cannot lose it.
but Eva, our attempt to do what you said is at the end, when we show how famous they are, with all the headlines. So that was our attempt, but maybe we should go further with that. And bring the kids back. I'd love to figure out a way to bring the kids back somehow at the end, without being gratuitous.
I think I have a real minority opinion here, but the Made in America part, I think that's the start of a whole nother musical. That, to me, takes it in a very different direction, because this is a very intimate, very sympathetic portrayal of Bonnie and Clyde, and to get to this big, iconography of America, you've done that with the newspapers and showing the reels. All that's done really well. I say focus on the relationships of these two and the people they care about. Take your Made in America and make that a whole nother musical.
You are in the minority.